The Home Office continue with their cover-up operation of no longer publishing the daily numbers of migrants illegally entering the UK, and we're going to talk about the campaign that we're supporting to stop this from happening. Well, as we reported on this channel about a week ago, a few days ago, when the Home Office announced that they have a new policy, that they no longer want to publish the daily figures because apparently that's a distraction. Accountability, transparency from the government side and the bureaucrats in Whitehall, clearly that is a distraction. So we, as the members of the public and the taxpayers and the electorate, we don't need to know, according to the Home Office, how many people are coming into the country illegally every single day. And we talk about the outrage and also the lack of reaction. I expected more reaction to come from well, not just the opposition, not the Labour opposition, because of course they're in favour of it, but then certain types in the mainstream media and the sound right-wingers, of course, people like me, people like Nigel Farage. We have talked about this, but we need this discussion to increase. Now, the reality is, the facts are there. Migration Watch are very good at sharing these there's the data and everything else, and we're going to talk about this new campaign to make sure that there's some sort of awareness, at least inside the system. Now, these are the numbers. You have seen the figures on a regular basis, but it's good to kind of have a look, just in case. Look at this mess. So, this is the beginning of the year. Right now, as of 26th of January, that we have about a couple of days ago. Obviously, we've had a number of people again coming in, 1,347 as of 2 days ago. 2021 overall, about over 28,000 people came. 2020 was the year when it's all kicked off, and you know we were outraged. We said this is the worst year in terms of the daily numbers. 8,461 came because the previous year, 2019, we only had 1,800. Well, only. Still bad, but only. But 2021 topped it. Now, the reason we have to be very, very cautious and slightly concerned, is 1,347, the 22 numbers. Compare that to the beginning of the year, each year, what we had. Last year, so this, okay, it's complicated. So the red is 2021. The purple is 2022. Look at the left side, January. Because that's the only data we have when it comes to 2022. We're still in January. Look at the difference. 1,347 2022 this year. Compare to 2021, 2020, 2019, 2018. The way it's going, it's not just doubling. It's like you have to times about at least 5 at this point. I think it's going to, if we don't stop this, we are going to get to a point where we're going to have, by the end of the year, you know, about, well, 8,000, 9,000, probably even 10,000 people coming into the country if we don't stop this trend. And at the time, when we are discussing all these problems, there are actual smugglers and groups and so-called charity groups and campaign groups in Calais and in France advertising illegal routes. They're advertising it very openly. This is the picture we have around Calais, I believe, that they're sending out these posters to people who are in France, so they learn how to sort out the boats and come, you know, do the channel crossings. And this shouldn't be legal. That Macron and his government, they should be on top of this. And well, we already know why they don't really care about stopping them from crossing the English Channel. Now, there's a big problem because, you know, speaking of France, there's a reason that they are coming to the UK. They don't want to stay in France. France is still a pretty safe country. It's just, you know, they're not going through any crises apart from Macron's government. But there's a reason that the UK is more attractive, and that's because the rates of success for asylum seekers is still increasing in this country, and that includes people whose application was already rejected in Europe, in mainland Europe. Those applications were rejected for obvious reason, because those people should not be given asylum. And yet, they come here and we just say, there we go, stamp. You can come in and you could be granted asylum.
But while successful application rates between 2004 and 2009 averaged 34%, in recent years that has increased and improved to 48%. Compare that to the 20% rate in France. No wonder immigrants don't bother stopping in Paris but head straight for Calais. Indeed, many applications for asylum in the UK come from people who have had their applications in other European countries turned down.
That's the problem. We're a soft touch. And as I said, thanks to the Migration Watch for these clips and all the data that they have up on their website. It's embarrassing. Why are we so open? I mean, there's a reason. All this like nonsensical left-wing liberal weird propaganda that we have that, well, Brexit Britain is so isolationist and we are such a bad country that nobody cares about us. We are so bad that people are fleeing France to get here. We are so bad that people want to trade with us. They want to come here, take our free phones, free Domino's pizzas, free hotel rooms. Clearly, that's the reason. But there is a campaign Migration Watch have started to make sure that everybody, in a very, very collective way and proactive way, not just randomly saying email your MPs, say that you need to use their page, go on their website, Migration Watch UK, and you can actually, there's a process essentially to do the template, send it to your MP, email to your MPs, every single person. If you send it to all the MPs, the reason I know this matters is because, firstly, Conservative MPs overall, they do care about it, but they just need a bit of a push so that they could lobby on our behalf to the ministers. But you need to push them, because if you don't, then all the emails are getting right now is about cake and planes and all that nonsense. So we need to remind them. So they need a bit of a push, bit of a poke, and this is the best way to do a proactive collective email template, because they also talk to each other. After work, they go to this, like the Red Lion pub in Westminster or their parliamentary bars, and then they discuss. They say, "Oh, I've got the same email. I've got the same email with the same title." They know that this is a campaign. So definitely do that. Go on their website. I'll put the link in the description as well if you want to check it out. So that we could actually have some sort of proactive campaign to stop the Home Office from refusing to publish the daily figures on migrants illegally entering the country. It's very important, because the mainstream media are not really concerned about this right now. But we are here to talk about this. So the best thing you can do, apart from sending the email, subscribe to the channel. Click on the bell next to it to get your daily political news from this channel instead of the mainstream media, because we are the media.